Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Nguma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a stock that is breaking out currently and why you should keep it on your watch list for the next few days to the next few weeks. And I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of y'all who dropped your stocks of interest in the comment section of yesterday's video, right after the intro. Alright, y'all, right off the bat, the futures market is currently open at the moment and we are down. I told y'all throughout the past few days since Friday, I gave you a warning here, right? And then it collapsed and now we're ending up all the way down here. And honestly, I don't think this is done yet. I don't think this move is done. I think we're going to go all the way down towards about 35.70 before we see some type of rebound, alright? And then after that, we may see a slow recovery all the way up towards all the way up throughout the next few months towards new highs, okay? So just keep that in mind as you trade in that initial drop. I don't think we're done yet. I will cover this one again in the morning to see exactly how it's looking then. But the stock that is on the thumbnail that all of you should be paying attention to is SPH. And the reason why I want to talk about SPH is actually because of the pattern on the 4-hour chart. And that pattern is a very bullish flag that broke out on Friday. It's looking very, very good. The one problem that I have with this one is that earnings is in the way. Y'all know exactly how I feel about earnings. I do not like holding anything through earnings because it's a 50-50 coin toss and the reaction to earnings is very unpredictable. So what we want out of this stock is for the stock to behave nicely, right? Slowly uptrend over here towards 15.75 and then survive earnings and not go anywhere, all right? The price target that I have for this one is around 17 bucks, all right? Around $17. It's gonna take some days to get there. And hopefully earnings doesn't ruin it for all of us, right? Now, there's multiple reasons why I like this stock. The very first one is, again, the flag on here. But the second one is because of the reverse head and shoulders on the chart. The left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder, which is pretty much at the beginning phase. There's a lot of dip buyers who got in on Thursday. And the stock is pushing up higher, all right? And also, one more thing that I want y'all to pay attention to is the weekly. And as you can see, the stock has been beaten down for quite some time. And the previous crash in March brought it down even lower. And right now, it's slowly recovering and slowly going up in that uptrend right here, right? And also, the volume is increasing. I had a very good week last week. And I think that momentum could carry on throughout the next few weeks. So definitely keep this one on your watch list for sure. Now let's talk about you guys' stocks of interest. All right, y'all asked some very, very good questions yesterday, and let's get on to them right away. The very first one that we're gonna talk about is NCLH, and somebody asked about NCLH. And again, I told all of y'all that I'm very bearish on travel stocks. All right, I think all of them are going to dip, are going to drop all the way down towards 20 bucks. I would give this one 20 bucks for sure before we see some type of bounce. All right, I give a price target for, I think it was AAL or the other stocks. Again, these ones, every stock in the travel industry, I expect them to fall just a little bit, to take some kind of hit before I turn bullish on them. All right, so my opinion still stands. Now, the next one that we're going to be talking about, one of y'all asked about GBT. Okay, now, GBT. Perfect. All right. Now, in regards to this stock, I don't have an issue with it at all. It's been out the gate since 2015, and it's currently at these lows right here. All right. The overall trend of the stock is upwards. And right now, we are below. We are below this line that I drew over here. And it's very, very attractive to long-term investors. Now, I think this move is going to keep going. It's going to be a very slow trend, all right? I don't typically trade these because it's super slow, very slow in order to get up to that target. The price target that I have for this one is around $56, right? It can get there, but it's gonna be really slow. So just keep that in mind. I don't expect this thing to tank anytime soon. Earnings is no way, so be very careful for the person who asked about this stock. But overall, it looks pretty decent, and I think it can make a move higher again. All right. Now the next one that we'll be covering today, that stock is Microsoft. And Microsoft crushed earnings last week. It did really phenomenal, and it had a very nice uptrend over here, right? Earnings didn't drag it down. It actually stayed there, which is good. But right now, it's not looking too good. And the fact that I am bearish on the market, and the fact that this one also follows the market very closely, I think we could drop. I think we could drop down to like 224, maybe 225. Just anywhere in here before I consider this for a great day buy. Right, just a nice pullback to just drag it all the way down here would be nice. So watch Microsoft for a dip buy before we continue on upwards towards new high within the next few weeks. All right, but short term I am bearish and I want this thing to tank, so that again, value investors, people who like the company, is Microsoft. It's not a trashy company. It's a great company. All right, it's a growth stock. So when it dips, buyers typically buy the bottoms right over here. It dips, buyers buy. All right, they step in heavily and they push the stock up even further. So just keep that in mind as you are trading Microsoft. The next one that we'll be talking about in this video, that stock is Fiverr. And Fiverr has been on a tear all the way up to the highs of 285, and then they got dragged down. All right, this is not the type of video where I tell y'all to just go long, that this looks great. No, I'm very picky, and I want the stock to actually tank all the way down to 185 before I consider it for a dip buy. There is earnings again coming up in around 2 weeks, so just keep that in mind. We may see a drop all the way down here short term, followed by a rebound until earnings. And then what happens through earnings, again, nobody knows. Like, they could have spectacular numbers and the stock can still tank. Like, it's very annoying, right? It's very annoying, especially when you do your due diligence and you think that the reaction is going to be so amazing, and then they release earnings. They are amazing, but the stock tanks and you end up losing, right? And it's very annoying. That's why I don't like trading through earnings, and I am very bearish on this one. It's on the downtrend. Short sellers are not gonna let go of this until it goes all the way down to like this region right here. So keep that in mind as you're trading this one. Now the next stock that we'll be talking about in this video, that stock is Laser, L-A-Z-R, Luminar Technologies, right? So it had a great week last week until it formed this gravestone doji. Very bearish candlestick, very bearish, and honestly, I think it can tank. I think it can tank. We're not out of the woods yet. I don't think we might see green tomorrow. I do not expect any green tomorrow. I think this is gonna fall just a little bit towards around like $27 or $28 before we see some type of bounce. I wouldn't tell anybody to buy this. I would not be buying this. No. Again, like I said, I'm very picky with my dip buys, and I want this thing to tank a little lower to make it more attractive for me to buy it. If not, I'm just gonna leave this thing alone. That is my very honest opinion for that one. Long-term investors who know a lot about this company, right? Who want to see who expect the company to go all the way up towards like $100 in the next 4 months, maybe. All right, they want a good discount early on, so just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind as we move on forward with this stock. Now the next one that we're gonna talk about, again, this is for the people who are trying to squeeze shorts. That one is Nokia. All right, and this one there's been a lot of hype about Nokia stock. It had a tremendous day on Wednesday, I believe. Yeah. Lots of halts over here. Very nasty trading session. Congratulations to anybody who were able to capture this and make money off of it. But after that move, it just went straight down, down, and down and again. Could it go back up? Honestly, I think I don't know. Earnings is no way. And even if the hype continues and all of the other stocks like GameStop and AMC pushes upwards, I don't have high expectations for Nokia. Like, best case scenario, it moves up to like 5.50, maybe $6, and then it goes sideways for a long time. Like, best case scenario, this is not looking like a very good chart. I don't like this chart very much. Like, there is this hammer is very like nasty. Like, there's a lot of selling pressure on here. I don't like this chart too much compared to the other ones. So be careful if you're trying to go long on this one. I would not touch this one at all. I would not be trading this one at all. Number one, because there's just better options out there. And again, I'm very picky with the stock that I buy or short. Again, be trading both directions on this channel. That is my very honest opinion of these stocks. Do not forget to destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, it helps the channel grow faster and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on these post-market analysis videos, which are released every single day in the afternoon, and the pre-market analysis videos, which are released from Monday to Friday at exactly 8:15 a.m. Central Time, 15 minutes before the market opens. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Paul Nguma and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. Also, if you are new to trading, if you're new to the investing world and would like to get started, I left some step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 through step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes or less to get signed up with everything you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 4 free stocks after signing up with Webull using the very first link in the description below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video tomorrow morning at exactly 8:15 a.m. Central Time, 15 minutes before the market opens. Enjoy the outro.